Charge gentlemen, please. All your glasses, thank you. On your way. Thank you very much. Come on, Mr. Glum, drink up. Yeah, Mr. Glum, why you been standing there all night looking so disconsolate?
Because, Ted, I've no reason for looking consolate. Ted, you've known me a long time, haven't you? You know what it is that I hold dearer than all the treasures of the earth.
Oh, indeed I do, Mr. Glum, and I think you've had about enough of it for one night, don't you?
Ted, not my beer, my boy, Ron.
Ron?
Yeah, you remember Ron. You also probably know that he and his fiancée, Eth, have been engaged for, well, quite some considerable time.
Yes, they have, haven't they? Quite some time. In fact, I reckon Ron's been going out with that Eth for... what is it?
Well, I don't know what it is, but I don't think Ron's got it. Matter of fact, I've been wondering about Ron, you know, Ted. You know, I've come to the conclusion that what's happened to him, you know, is this. I think his physical body has outgrown his mental brain. The same fate what overtook the dinosaur, you know.
How do you mean?
Well, put another brown in there and I'll give you an example, Ted. Take, for example, what emerged the other night when he and Eth was sofa bashing last Tuesday it
was. Ron, don't think I'm trying to pry, but is everything all right? I mean, all evening you've been sort of wrought up. Have you got anything at all on your mind?
No, Eth.
Reese, I don't want to appear to doubt your word, but that hammer, every time you think I'm not looking, you go over to the mirror and you hit yourself on top of the head with it. Beloved, I think I'm entitled to ask why.
My bed is too short.
You're fibbing, aren't you, Ron?
Yes, Eth.
You, Reese, unless you confide in me, I can't help you. And if you want my opinion, this hitting yourself on top of the head with a hammer indicates a very highly strung state of tension. You do get that in sensitive people. Dearest, won't you let me help you?
If you like, Eth.
Solve your problem. Ron Glum, you are going to tell me here and now what has made you take to hitting yourself on top of the head with a hammer. Is it some form of guilt?
No, Eth.
Family troubles?
No, Eth.
An affair of the heart?
No, Eth.
What?
I've got a sixpence stuck up my nose.
Now, keep his head still, Eth. Now, keep it still. Now, I've got a bit of a glint then. Yes, I can definitely see the sixpence.
Which side is it?
Tails.
Which side nostril is it?
Well, it's on the left, but I don't see that, Malice. Oh, well, what a thoughtless boy you are, Ron. Listen, you'll have to remember, next time you're tossing a coin for drinks, flip your head back.
Mr. Glum, it was... Tell him, Ron.
I don't like to, Eth.
Oh, come on, Ron, no need to be scared. I mean, what's happened has happened, hasn't it? I mean, your dad's not going to beat his baby boy, is he, eh? I'm just curious, where'd that sixpence come from?
It's yours, Dad.
What? I'll leave him! I'll beat the dad! I'll tell him! How dare you play fast and loose with my earnings!
Stop it, Mr. Glum, let go of him. You haven't lost your money, he's still got it for you. It's still there.
Are you setting him up for some sort of human home safe? I need that sixpence. I need its purchasing power.
Well, you will have, Mr. Glum. If only you'd let Ron tell you how the sixpence got in, it might help how to get it out. You were saying, Ron?
I was saying, no, Dad, don't.
Before that, beloved, how it happened.
Well, tea time. Dad gave me a shilling to go to the fish and chip shop, get him 6 pence of chips. Oh, so the man at the chip shop, he gave me 6 pence of chips and 6pence change. Well, it was then that I remembered that Dad likes vinegar sprinkled over.
That's right. It improves the flavour of the newspaper. But you still haven't said why you shoved the sixpence up your nose.
Well, how else could I get hold of the vinegar bottle? I've got the chips in one hand and the 6pence in the other, so...
You should put it in your pocket.
No, Eth, it's chained to the counter.
Not the vinegar. Sixpence. Why didn't you put the sixpence in your pocket?
Anybody can be wise after the event.
Let's get this right. In order to handle the vinegar in one hand and the chips in the other, you shoved the sixpence up your nose. Well, all we can be thankful, I suppose, is that he didn't give you sixpence of coppers.
There's no time for recriminations. If we don't get that sixpence out of there, it might... Well, I don't want to be an alarmist, but one must think of it. That sixpence might travel.
Travel?
No, I don't think so, Eth. No, Mum said that sixpence doesn't go anywhere these days.
That isn't what I mean, Ron. Well, I admit I don't know exactly what one's nostril tube is connected with, but surely there is the possibility that that sixpence might work its way up into the interior of Ron's head.
Oh, that must be fascinating country. It's all very well, I have to say, get it down, but how?
Well, you don't seem to have any difficulty getting sixpences out the gas meter.
I do that through a hole at the back of a long piece of wire. Wait a minute. No, that wouldn't work.
There must be some way of blowing it down.
Blowing it? Well, what about the bicycle pump through the ear hole?
Ron, blow it. Now, Ron, blow very hard down your sixpenny nostril. Anything happening, Mr. Glum?
Well, he's beginning to get a remarkable resemblance to Louis Armstrong. Oh, he's going to have one of his turns. Look out! He's going. Oh, catch it. Oh, F. While he's half sparked out, get me the sugar tongs. I'll get a purchase on that somehow.
That's my brave soldier.
Hang on, boy. Hang on. Sometimes you're a disgrace to your Dan Dare badge. Go and get me the fire tongs. See if I can get the sugar tongs down. Wait a minute. I've got a purchase. Wait a minute. Oh! Never thought they'd have gone up so far. Perhaps you'll hold your head still now so I can get it up the right nostril.
No, I don't think you should anymore. If that sixpence has got to be got down like that, I think it ought to be done by somebody qualified.
What, like a sweep?
A proper doctor. Now, you just get hold of the cottage hospital right away and you tell them we've got an emergency.
Well, don't worry, I've cleared 2 theatres. We don't often get a disaster alert here. I've cancelled all leave and my 2 assistant surgeons are already scrubbing up. Now, what is this serious challenge to modern surgery that you were telling me about?
Doctor, sit down. Conserve your strength for the task what lies ahead. You see before you here a father who's putting his whole faith in your professional skill. This here is it. A young girl whose marital happiness rests entirely in your magic of your healing hands.
Who's that?
I'm the one who put the money up.
What money up?
Doctor, steel yourself. This young youth here, outwardly so brave and unconcerned. Doctor, the time is past for mincing words. He's got a sprazy up his snitch.
What up his what?
His dear nose. There's a sixpence up there.
And because of that, you have requested that the entire casualty wing be put on emergency standby?
Oh, Doctor, forgive the anxiety of an old man, but you see, I was speaking not only as the father of the boy, but also as the owner of the tanner.
I have never heard operating theatre.
Standing by, sir.
Kill your lights. Now, let's have a look at this nose. Nurse, tweezers. Aha, yes. Now, what are these abrasions on the other nostril?
They're tongue marks.
Tongue? You mean it's Chinese?
No, he just looks that colour, you know. It comes from not eating his greens. Doctor, please, is there any hope?
Hope? And to think that I was called out of a golf dinner for this. Get out! Not you! Nurse!
Oh. I still say that doctor's conduct was most unprofessional. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to report his whole attitude to the BTM.
Mr. Glums, the whole thing is over now. The sixpence is out, so let's consider the whole episode closed.
Maybe close to you, Eth, but it isn't to me. Listen, I haven't had my tanner back yet, have I?
For heaven's sake, Ron, give it back and let's have done.
Rightio, Eth. Now then, where is it?
Oh, Ron, please.
No, I've got it somewhere, I know I have, because I remember having it on the bus, you see. I had it in my hand when the inspector came up and asked to see all tickets, please. I distinctly remember that, because I had my cap in that hand and the sixpence in this hand, and I had to get the ticket out, you see, so when I put it in the...
Ron, you didn't.
Really, yeah. I may not be very clever, but I don't make the same mistake twice.
All right, then, Ron, where is it? Where is it, Ron? Ron, I am talking to you.
You talking to me, Dad?
Of course I'm talking to you. Where's that blasted tenor?
You'll have to speak up, I'm afraid.
How do you mean, speak up?
I seem to be able to hear you out of this ear.
He hasn't. He has!
No, not like that! Please
Right, gentlemen, please, your glasses, please, thank you. Come on, Mr. Glum, drink up. Here, Mr. Glum, you're looking very pleased with yourself. In fact, I'd go as far as to say you look like a man who has fulfilled himself.
Well, I don't know about fulfilled, Ted, but I certainly feel myself full. Shall I tell you the reason for my abandoning my customary moderation? I've done a good deed, Ted. I've seen where there was an injustice being done, and as is my wont, I have done my best to readdress it. Because, Ted, if we cannot help our fellow creatures, what are we here for?
Yeah, well, not more than 5 minutes, I hope, Mr. Glum. You know, I've got my licence to think of.
Ted, you are confusing licence with liberty. And that is what I stumbled across, a dead liberty. Give us another brown ale, Ted, and I'll tell you about it. The victim of this liberty was none other than Eth, you know, my son Ron's fiancée. Oh, Ted, you should have seen her. By the expression on her face, I can only liken it to, like a ruptured marshmallow.
Oh, I'm sorry to be such a wet blanket tonight, but I'm so distraught. I just... Oh, beloved. This is a time when I need all of your love. Ron of mine. If I swore to you that I hadn't done something but everybody else swore that I had, who would you believe? Me or them? Well, Ron?
Them? All right, me.
It's me they are saying things about. You see, Ron, last week there was a shortage in the petty cash, and the manager says it must have been stolen by one of us girls. We've got a pilferer.
Are you going to get her to swallow it, Eth?
A thief, Ron. And do you know who the manager's saying it is? Me. 38 girls in the general office, 38 of them, and out of the whole 38, he picks me.
Oh, Eth. Congratulations.
But he's calling me a thief, Ron. I'm being persecuted for something I swear I haven't done. I swear I haven't done. I'm being treated like some horrible criminal.
Oh, Eth, please. No, don't cry, Eth. No, Eth, don't cry, please. It'll make your massacre run. Eth, please. When you cry, it makes your face taste all nasty. Eth, please don't. No, Eth, don't. Eth, no.
Hello. I won't interrupt while you two are enjoying yourselves. Is there a dumpling left in this stew? Mrs. Glums in the garden, and I want something to attract her attention. There we are. Hello. What's upsetting her?
She hasn't done something, Dad.
Everybody says that I have done it, Mr. Glum, but I haven't. I swear I haven't.
Oh, don't carry on like that. Look at you. When you cry like that, you make your face look like a slice of brawn. Give over. Ron, you got a hanky?
Yes, Dad.
Well, use it.
Right.
Hey, what is this ain't done it, nav done it business?
Well, I suppose it would help to talk about it. I've been feeling like I've got to unburden my secret or bust.
Well, the former alternative would seem the best. What's it all about then, gal?
Life at the office has become unbearable. I'm under suspicion of stealing from the petty cash, so I'm being treated like a leper. Oh, if you only knew. The whispering, the pointing. Oh, I can't take much more of it.
How much have you taken so far?
I haven't taken any. I'm innocent. Would I take what didn't belong to me? Would I stoop to...
All right, there's no use getting hysterical. Let's talk this over like rational human beings. Now then, first things first. What's been pinched and what's its approximate floggable value?
A sheet of health insurance stamps amounting in value to £8.11, and they were kept locked up in the petty cash box.
Oh, yes, in the petty cash box, eh? Well, now, what sort of people have access?
Lumberjacks, Dad. They have them for cutting down trees.
Access! I mean, who's got the key to the petty cash box?
Well, that's just it. Only me.
Oh, dear.
That's why I'm under suspicion.
Yes, you would be, wouldn't you? Well, there we are then, Ron. Things do look black, don't they?
They certainly do, Dad. I wouldn't be surprised if we had some rain.
I'm talking about the case against Madam F. So you're the only one who has the key to the safe, then?
I know what you're thinking. I can tell by your tone you don't believe me. And you're beginning to have second thoughts about inviting into your family someone who's been branded thief.
Oh, so that's what you think, is it, eh? What sort of a narrow-minded bigot do you take me for? As a matter of fact, I would welcome a thief into this family.
Welcome?
Yeah, be company for Uncle Charlie. You don't know Uncle Charlie, you haven't met him, have you? No, well, you see, Uncle Charlie in his heyday, he was a shocker. Talk about bent as a crankshaft. Well, I mean, anyone who can come out of the Ideal Home exhibition concealing a loft ladder. But now he's reformed and taken up an honest job, and he'd probably welcome the opportunity of talking over tricks of the trade with a kindred spirit.
Kindred? Mr. Glum, once and for all, I did not take those health stamps.
All right, I know. It'll all come out when they call the police in.
But they won't call the police in.
Why not?
They don't like fuss. All that will happen is that I shall be quietly sacked with no references. So I won't be able to get another job ever again.
Well, there you are, Eth. Everything turns out for the best.
But I don't want to be forever branded thief, and I know that I'm not. Oh, won't anybody help me? Mr. Glum, do you think I could hire private detectives?
Well, I don't know about that. They cost a lot of money.
And you've only got £8.11.
I haven't! For the umpteenth time, what's the use?
I know how you feel, Eth. Listen, let me tell you a little story that might give you a little comfort. A story what I never told no one else before. 40 years ago, someone else was unjustly accused of a theft. Someone about your age, only he was a fella. And he was accused, too, of pinching from the petty cash box. Well, Eth, he pleaded his innocence, but to no avail. They give him 6 months. A young man in the prime of his life went to prison for 6 months for a crime committed by somebody else.
Mr. Glum, was that you?
That was me, Eth. I don't remember the name of the fellow that went to prison, but that was... Now you get the moral of it, don't you?
No, I do not. Oh, it is like banging your head against a vicious circle. Mr. Glum, seeing as how you've had the experience, do you think you could come to the office and help clear me?
Oh, I don't suppose they'd let me in. Not the likes of me when, when they got a crisis on their hands. The only people who could get in would be policemen. And then... policemen.
And we can confirm delivery for the 15th inst. Showing you our best attention, etc. You got that?
Yes, Mr. Hopkins?
Yes, well, when you finish typing that, Ethel, there's a rather unpleasant personal matter I wish to see you about.
Yes, Mr. Hopkins?
Morning, Miss Hopkins. We are the filth. I am Inspector Fagin of Scotland Yard, and this here is Sergeant Dixon of Golders Green. Dixon, spread out and search the premises. Dixon!
Can't hear you, Dad.
Do I put my hat on for like that?
Inspector, what is this about?
Well, out. Tell him, Dixon.
Acting upon information received, we are pursuing inquiries into the disappearance of some property what has been pilched.
Pilched?
Well, it's a new criminological term, sir. It's halfway between pilfered and filched.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, it's about the health stamps that's pinched, sir.
You will be given your chance to give evidence, my dear girl.
Look here, Inspector, this intrusion is most extraordinary. May I see your authority?
Yes, I was expecting that, sir. I come prepared, naturally.
Just a minute. Then give me time to read it. Well, this isn't a warrant. It's a summons made out against Mr. Glum for using abusive language outside the mission hall.
We are on our way to deliver this, sir. Now then, do you believe that I'm a copper?
Well, yes, I suppose so, but look here, Inspector, is it absolutely necessary for you to intrude in this matter of the missing health stamps? I mean, we know that this girl here is the culprit, and we shall take our own punitive measures.
Oh, no, don't...
All right, missy, don't carry on. May I remind you, sir, that to make false accusations, you lay yourself open to a charge of inflammation of the character.
False accusations?
Yes. I shall soon show you your culprit. Dixon, pull your finger out of the pencil sharpener and open the window. Now then, sir, if you'll just glance out here, what is that you see affixed to the drain pipe?
A bird's nest.
A bird's nest. Now, sir, if I can just lean out and I find in there, good gracious, what is this?
A health stamp.
A health stamp. Now, sir, how do you suppose that health stamp got into that bird's nest?
You had it in your hand already when you...
One more interruption from you, Dixon, and it won't be your finger that's caught in the pencil sharpener. Shut the window now. Now, sir, there is your culprit, the common or garden jackdaw.
Well, I don't understand.
Ah, well, you see, jackdaws are famous for flying through open windows and pinching highly coloured objects which they then use to decorate their nests with. That's what happened with your jackdaw and Petty Cash.
Well, this is most extraordinary. The one thing that puzzles me, though, is the occupant of that nest is a sparrow.
Then we're not dealing with no ordinary jackdaw. This one is not only an inveterate thief, he's also a master of disguise.
Well, I'll be... Ethel, I owe you a heartfelt apology. I do hope that a small increase in salary will compensate. And as for you, Inspector...
I know what you're going to say, sir. Normally, of course, we're not allowed to take a drink on duty, but as this is a special occasion...
Well, that wasn't exactly what I was going to do, but still, I will go and get a bottle of...
Brown ale, if you'll be so kind. Well, there you are, you see. Inspector Glum does it again.
Oh, Mr. Glum, you were wonderful. But did you have that jackdaw idea before you left the house?
Matter of fact, no, it was all concocted on the way up in the director's lift. Of course, you don't use the director's lift, do you, eh?
Oh, no, Mr. Glum.
So you don't know who the lift man is, do you? Ron, tell her who it is.
It's my Uncle Charlie.
Wow!